Welcome to the grinder.
Oh, there it is.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's a little bit better. I like a little bit more oomph when I'm
You like a little more.
Yeah.
Let them hang low and swing a little bit while you're really getting into it. I got
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes, sir.
Well, welcome everyone to the grinder. Hey, you gonna let me do this intro or what?
Sorry, I apologize. Go ahead.
Thanks, man. I mean, finally, one time I get a chance to do it. Welcome everyone. If this is your first time or numerous times you've joined us, we appreciate you. Thanks for joining us today. We got some great information going to be coming at you on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. Is it afternoon? It's still morning actually, but by the time you get it, it'll be afternoon. I know all you folks listen to it same day, right? So thanks for being part of it. Addison, how you doing this morning?
Well, you just kind of showed how much effort you put into this thing because everything drops on Friday mornings.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, don't put me in charge of the intros anymore, okay?
Oh, Jamesy. Hey,
I do want to say a thank you to you. A couple of reasons. Thanks for handling the podcast last week. You the man. Number two, when Addison got married, I was a groomsman in his wedding. It was an honor. As a gift, Addison gave every groomsman different type of socks that he thought was like kind of conducive to who they are as an individual. He gave me merman socks. All right. I wore those merman socks yesterday and I got quite a few compliments on them. Quite a few.
Respect.
So I try to keep my sock game strong. Thank you. I got some great compliments.
I'm glad I could help out. I'm glad I could, really just show you how much I do care about you. Yeah. And I'm glad I could do that through an article of foot clothing.
Thank you. Yeah. Those foot condoms were nice.
Condoms. Yeah, it's perfect. Absolutely. There was no better way to go about it for sure.
Yeah. Especially with it being mermen.
Yeah.
So, interesting thought here. I have been, everything kind of went relaxed with COVID, just work in general, the attire that goes with it. So speaking of that, my clothing game has been very weak. All right. I'm the guy that could literally, if I had 5 of the same pair of jeans and 5 of the same t-shirts, I could wear it every day and never have to put any thought into it. And I'm totally happy, but it's not the world we live in. It ain't about being superficial, but you need to be put together. Mm-hmm. And my wife finally told me, quit dressing like a bum. And after I, got over the pain and the hurt.
Yeah.
All right. I realized she was right, but I hate shopping. I hate it, man. Like I despise it. So I got hooked up with a brand subscription. The one I went with was Stitch Fix. They're not a sponsor of this podcast. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm loving that shit, man. And it feels good. I'm actually dressing for the way that I want to be perceived as a professional. And man, I feel better. I notice I'm holding my shoulders back a little bit broader. You know what I mean? Getting a little more of a swag in my step. I feel good.
Yeah.
And I kind of forgot what that's like with being put together. You know what I'm saying? Dressing clean, not expensive, clean.
Mm-hmm. And so what I would go with that is I understand exactly what you're talking about when, dude, I've got a couple of drawers of t-shirts. I cycle them out and I've got a pair of shorts or a pair of jeans, and I can come into this office because I really try to make sure that I'm setting up appointments for other folks at this point and where I'm at. And a lot of my day is spent in my office, so I don't really have to dress up. But I do notice the exact same thing that can happen when you get a little bit complacency on the dress, right? And a lot of what that comes down to be is, dude, just sticking with what you know, and not ever really expanding outside of that. And Carly, going back to the wife scenario on your end as well, has made a few comments in the past where it's like, why don't you ever dress up anymore? And that to me was like, oh, it clicked just like it did for you. And so that was one of those things. Stitch Fix is a really good way to do that. You know, if you got the subscription, they're sending you some articles of clothing. You like what you like. If you don't like it, you send it back. Bing, bada, boom. Right.
Yep.
I, on the other hand, I don't mind a little shoppy. You know, I don't mind going to the store and doing the whole thing, my man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like convenience. Don't get me wrong. I like a little bit of Amazon ship, but I'm down to clown when it comes to doing a little bit of shopping.
Well, my thing is, like, if I'm going to go shop online, yeah, I might get something like some Levi's or some, some jeans or something online. But normally what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Brooks Brothers and I'm going to buy some button downs, and they're pretty much going to be the same thing, maybe just a little bit of a different pattern. I'm not going to really mix it up. And then I literally will wear their shirts till they have holes in them, just because it's my nature.
Right.
So it's been nice for me, and I needed it.
Yeah, I like that, dude. Yet today you're wearing just a flat t-shirt and a hat.
That's right. I earned it.
Okay.
It's my Friday today.
Okay. Understood. Yeah. Understood. Respect.
Tomorrow is my 11-year anniversary in business.
Dang, bro.
Yeah. So also it's my 19th anniversary of being in the industry.
Wow.
Yep. And there's something new that's going to be happening tomorrow. And it's just July 1st is my day, man. It's my day. It's the day I got in the industry. It's the day I opened my company. It's the day I went from a captive agent to an independent agency, which has been transformational. And tomorrow, something's going to be happening as well. I can't announce it yet. But it's going to be the biggest game changer ever.
A little secret sauce.
Yo, dude, it's just know your boy's taking it to a whole new level.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. Talk to me dirty.
2 years in the making. It's going to another level starting tomorrow.
Dang. Okay. I can't wait to hear a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. Very exciting. So I love July 1st, man. July 1st is just great.
Yeah, dude. So going into, you went on vacation 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right. So you took a little bit of R&R there, right?
Yep. Sure did.
Did you notice that I just used what you just sent out in an email? Took a little R&R.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever, dude. You sent out a campaign email, basically about something. I didn't read it, but I read the title.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I was just making a point there. Anyways, beyond all that, so you took a little bit of R&R not last week, but the week before. So that was good, right?
Oh yeah, man, it was great. Took the family down to the beach for a week. I love the beach. I care for none of the extracurricular activities. We go to the beach. We sit on the beach for 5-6 hours, and every single day, and dig our feet in the sand, play in the surf, and literally want to be around no one. It's just a complete way for us to disconnect, and we absolutely love it.
Yeah, dude, that's nice. That's super nice. That's something that I need coming up here shortly, is a little bit of a vacation. I can feel it in my bones, feel it in my brain.
It's nice, man. It was a good reset. It's just good. It's always good for Danny and I, because when we're sitting on the beach and after we've had a few drinks, man, we get like really honest with each other, and because we run so busy, man. And then we sit there and we have a conversation, and I swear every year it's like we start off with a little bit of a disagreement every year. Like we get on the beach, and it's like all the stress is leaving your body, all the other things you're working on disconnecting, and then you're trying to communicate and you're around each other all day, every single day. So we usually have a little disagreement almost every single year that just kind of pisses each other off. But it's like we're communicating, we're having above normal communication, and it's good, it's healthy. And we talk through a couple of things, and then we always have a better understanding of each other. We always have more appreciation of each other, and we always come home really happy and recharged and feeling good about who we are as a couple, who we are as individuals. Like we take time to do that. And it's really healthy. It's really good for us.
I like that, man.
Yeah. So
I like that.
yeah. Yeah.
So
it's awesome.
So then going into the week after, you were a little busy, as they would say. And then this week, so it's been about 2 weeks since anybody's heard the voice of James Chapman.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you're welcome. Because I know y'all could use a break from it.
So going into it, what's been going on, man? What's happening on the other side of the fence of insurance?
Well, this thing I've been working on, like I said, it's been 2 years in the making, and it's all compounding right now. So that's why I've been pretty tough to have any open time, and trying to get some stuff across the finish line. And yeah, so I mean, it's all been involving this special project, and just trying to get it finished out. So we're right there at. It's kind of like chopping down a tree, man. It's like hard work to get it on the ground, but the real work starts once you get it on the ground.
Yeah.
And I about have the tree on the ground. All right, so a whole different stage of work's coming, but that's where my focus has been. On top of all my normal things, I'm trying to get done and get moving. So, but what I always appreciate about vacation? There's a couple things. When I go to the beach, I refuse to wear underwear the whole time. All right. Hey, I earned that. Don't take that away from me. All right. It's freedom. Okay. Number two is, for probably 5 years now, every time we go to the beach, we get a house on the beach, and then I make sure it has an outdoor shower. I refuse to shower inside. I shower in the outdoor shower every day. It's one of my favorite parts of the beach. I crack me a cold beer. I go in there before we're going to go out to dinner or whatever, crack me a cold beer, and I go into the outdoor shower, and that's where I shower. I can hear the ocean. I can feel the breeze. It's fantastic. But one of the things I appreciate most about vacation is a confirmation when it's time to go home. I'm ready to go home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not dreading going, oh, fuck, I gotta go back to work next week. I never feel that way. I always feel recharged. I feel good, and I'm excited. Like even when there's heavy lifting to do, like right now, like I knew I was coming back to a shitstorm of work, but I was fired up. I was ready to come home. It's never like a disappointment to come home. I don't care how good the vacation is. It never beats home and what I get to do when I'm here. So, I'm always appreciative. I'm thankful that that's the way I feel about it.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the way that it should be.
Yeah,
that's the way it should be. You're going on vacation, right? It's important to be able to unplug, recharge, and be ready to come back. And that's one of the biggest things that I think you can take away from a vacation is understanding that it's meant to be a recharging moment.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever that vacation is for you.
Yeah.
But it's meant to put you back on track.
Yeah. And like, unless there's something that's just going totally wrong, that's completely out of the ordinary, where you're kind of dreading it a little bit. Like I could get that. Like if things are really bad and you are struggling to try to figure out the answer, I can understand having some reservations, right? But on the norm, if you're always going, God, I got to go back to work Monday, like, or, oh man, this vacation's almost over, I got to go back home and deal with this stuff. Like if that's your mindset, you need to audit that. Like you need to look at, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying you need to see why that's the case. Treat the cause, not the symptoms on that.
Yep.
What's the cause for that? Figure that out. How do you make it better? Like analyze that shit, work on it.
Yeah. That should be a quote from the podcast. Analyze that shit.
Yeah. Because that's what you need to do.
Yeah, for sure. And that's a big motivating factor for anybody who has, some shit going on that they're not wanting to focus on. Analyze that shit. Right. And then if you are having those moments when you are going on vacation and you're like, damn, I got to go back to work on Monday, or I got to go back to work on Monday just from the weekend. that's something that you want to take into consideration. And maybe you need to, going back to the podcast last week, maybe you need to get back in alignment, right? Maybe you need to figure out what that alignment is for yourself, because just because you're doing something right now that you enjoy doing back when, doesn't mean that you have to stick with it moving forward, right? There's always room to pivot, no matter your age, no matter how long you've been in an industry, no matter what and it's going to be a lot easier said than done, but there's always room to pivot. And your alignment can change. Again, going back to last week, your alignment can change. And that's fine.
If I walked up to you and put a gun to your head and said, I'm either going to fucking blow your brains out right now, or you lose everything you got, possession wise, right? We're not talking about like, hey, you want me to shoot you or what, right? Like possession wise, you lose your career, you lose your company, you lose your house, and you got to start back over again. Would you say, nah, man, just pull the trigger?
No.
Exactly.
No.
So you're telling me it's not worth more than your life. So if you're in control of it, then what are you doing to alter some of those things? Like, there is so much help out there. There's a podcast you can listen to on everything. Hell, we got almost 200 of them, or close to it, whatever number we're at now, where it's all around this shit. There's millions of books. Like, maybe if that's the way you feel, take the nugget you pull out of it and apply it. Quit looking for the next nugget. Quit looking for the next piece of advice. Just take something, apply it to yourself, analyze how you feel on it, good or bad, and make a decision and do something with it. Like, that's why I think writing my goals are more important. That's also why, like, I try to be I can be influenced very easily. I can, especially if it's something I respect or from someone I respect. I have to be cautious with that, because if I'm not careful, I'll sit there and have, every time I get this idea how I can change something, I'm trying to change it, and then there's another idea, and then they're putting another idea on it. I'm reading too many books with too many different viewpoints. What's my fucking viewpoint? What's my goal? What do I want to accomplish? Okay, all right, now you got the ideas. Now figure out, James, how are you going to accomplish it? Addison, how are you going to accomplish it? What do you actually want? Not what is somebody telling you this is the key to happiness, or this is the key to success, or this is the key to more money. Like, okay, more money. Like, so what does that do for you? Well, I don't really know what it does for me. Yeah, because you don't have no fucking goals. Make some goals of actually what you want to achieve, where you want to see your life go, then start working towards it. Like, if I want to build a house, I don't start thinking about hammers. It's just a tool. The money's just a tool. Think about what you actually want.
That's it. And, there's so many things that are options that it can become overwhelming to make the first step. But I can promise you, every race starts with the first step. And then after the first one, 2 gets easier, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They all get easier as you start walking down the road. Right. But it takes left foot, right foot mentality to get to the point where you want to get to where you want to be. And at the end of the day, you're the one that has the control over what's going on, what you're able to do, all of the above. Right. And so it's one of those things that I think, depending on how you look at life and how it's laid out and where, what's important and all that stuff. At the end of the day, your choices are your choices. Make the choice to make a move, man.
Yeah. So, like, whose opinion do you value more? The person in the book, the guy on the podcast, or your own?
Dude, it's easy to get lost in the sauce, though.
It is very much so, dude. I've been there many times.
And I've, we've had conversations around this topic where you get lost in the sauce, where it's like you have so much coming in that you have nothing coming out.
Yeah.
And then what is coming out is just sporadic nonsense. and you're just trying to change everything.
Yeah. Or you're vomiting somebody else's verbiage. Right.
Yes.
And what's in there isn't even one of your own thoughts.
Which is funny because that happens with politics is a lot. Like you talk to somebody about politics or whatever, or their opinion on a law or whatever it might be, and they're just repeating what they've heard and not repeating or not forming their own opinion on this subject.
Mm-hmm.
And that can get hairy, right? Because then you start losing your alignment on who you are and like what your core values are. And that's something that I've been working on so strongly right now, just over the past few years, of like, what are my core values? What is my mission in life? What is my purpose? And now I'm getting to the point where that train, the A train starting to pick up, and soon enough, A train's going to be unstoppable, man.
There you go. I agree, man. Andy Frisella used to call it, I think he used to call them success whores or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he's like, this would be the guy or girl you would see at every event, at everything. And they're always at the next one, but they're always in the same spot.
Yep.
And, this is a guy that's making money off the information he's given, a lot of it, and when he said that, it really made me sit back and think. I was like, how much stuff do I consume just to consume it?
Yeah.
Just for a little pump up makes me feel good. Because maybe he says something, I think it resonates with me. I'm one of the people he's talking about that's good. Right. I mean, I'm still wearing my Arte shirt, man. I was one of the original members of Arte. I think the group is phenomenal. I think they do a ton of good. I got out of the group. I didn't renew after I did 2 years in it. And it was nothing against them. It was me. I was like, I got to quit shoving all this extra shit in my head when there's a lot of principles there. I've got 19 years, or at the time, whatever, 18 years in the industry. Like, I need to take what I'm feeling and apply it. There's only so much general knowledge they can give me. Like, I got to do something with this.
That's it.
So I stopped. It was nothing against them. It was completely for me. And when I sent the email, they asked me, I was like, look, man, this is on me. I got to put my money where my mouth is. I took that. I'm sitting there complaining about not having enough money for X, Y, or Z. Took all the money I was spending on that, put it into my marketing. And that's what I was saying. What do I want? All right. Now I lean back on a ton of values they gave me. I got books of notes, ton of stuff they've given me that is amazing. And maybe there'll be another season where I'm doing something like that or something else where I can continue to learn. Right now, I got to figure out what I want and like keep my ear to the ground on what makes it actually operate, and then refine those things. And until that's done, I don't need to be going somewhere else. I need to be focused right here, making it happen. Because you know what? And I've had the most joy that I've had in a long time, a long fucking time, man. Because I'm having fun and I'm moving the needle.
That's it. And it's important to be grounded in everything that you do, right?
Yeah.
Because you can get uplifted. You can listen to this, that, the other thing, and be uplifted, right? Have the feet kind of lifted off the ground a little bit. But it's important to understand that the only way to move is to be on the ground.
Yeah.
Dude, that was an amazing analogy. Did you see yourself lifting up off the ground and then being back on the ground and walking? I did.
Yeah, I was like David Blaine, just raising up.
The things I do.
Yeah, David Blaine that shit. All right.
Yes, exactly.
David Blaine that shit.
That's exactly it. Be a magician.
Yeah.
A magician, as they say in France. So, with all that being said, guys, keep moving forward, keep making the path, but also understand that there's a lot of things that need to happen, right? And it doesn't come without hard work. It doesn't come without ethics. It didn't come without, understanding what your core values as a human being are. And then asking yourself those questions. What are your core values? Because if you hold tight to those, you put in the work and you hold good ethics, there's no way that you can't do that next thing that you choose to do. So, James,
we appreciate you guys and gals. Go check out some Jocko Fuel, buy you some, drink some deliciousness. And with that, grinder out.
Grinder out.